I discovered that I am not the father of my 14-year-old son, and my wife wants to have a happy family with the biological father. But in court, my son spoke up, leaving my wife desperate. The truth surfaced during a routine medical appointment. My son needed minor surgery, and the blood typing revealed what 14 years of bedtime stories, late-night soccer practices, and midnight fevers never could. The numbers didn't lie, even when everything else in my marriage apparently had. My wife didn't bother denying it when I confronted her. She sat at our kitchen table, the same worn oak surface where we'd shared thousands of meals together, and told me she wanted to do things right this time. The biological father, a man named Desmond who she'd reconnected with online 2 years prior, was ready to step into the role. They'd been planning this carefully, she admitted without remorse, waiting for what they considered the right moment. The right moment apparently meant blindsiding me with divorce papers and a custody petition that painted me as an obstacle to my son's authentic family structure. Her lawyer used phrases like psychological best interest and biological connection, as if the past 14 years were meaningless footnotes in someone else's story. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. My brother kept urging me to fight back, but I didn't know what fighting looked like when the ground beneath you has completely shifted and crumbled away. The custody hearing arrived on a gray Tuesday morning in early November. My wife sat with Desmond on one side of the courtroom, already performing the happy family unit she'd envisioned for months. Her lawyer presented their case with practiced efficiency, arguing that my son deserved to know his real father, that continuing to live with me would only confuse his developing sense of identity. When my turn came, I had no dramatic speeches prepared. I simply told the judge about the years, the homework sessions that stretched past midnight, the time my son broke his arm, and I held him in the emergency room for 6 long hours, the countless conversations about friendships, about girls, about what kind of man he wanted to become someday. Then my son asked to speak. The judge allowed it, and I watched my boy stand up in that courtroom with a steadiness I didn't know he possessed. He looked directly at his mother with an expression far older than 14. "You keep talking about what I need," he said, his voice unwavering. "But you never actually asked me. Not once." He turned to face the judge. "That man," he pointed at Desmond, "sent me a birthday card last year. One single card. My dad has been there every single day of my life. I don't care about blood or biology. I know exactly who my father is." My wife's composure shattered completely. She started whispering frantically to her lawyer, but my son wasn't finished speaking. "I want to live with my dad. That's my choice, and it should matter." The judge nodded slowly, making careful notes. My wife stared at me with an expression I couldn't quite decipher, something caught between raw fury and creeping desperation. Desmond shifted uncomfortably in his seat, suddenly looking like a man who'd wandered into the wrong room entirely. The judge announced she would deliver her official ruling within the week. As we filed out, my wife grabbed my arm hard in the hallway. "This isn't over," she hissed through clenched teeth. "You turned him against me." I pulled away without responding. There was nothing left to say. Walking toward the parking garage afterward, my son was unusually quiet. The confidence he displayed in the courtroom had faded into something heavier and more troubled. He kept glancing at me sideways, then looking away quickly. Finally, as I unlocked the car, he stopped walking. "Dad, there's something else I need to tell you," he said slowly. "About Mom and Desmond. Something I discovered on her phone last month that I haven't told anyone yet." His voice dropped to barely a whisper. "I think they're planning to take me out of the country." I couldn't fit what happens next in this short video. Watch the rest down below.